Hey, we're Bree and Derek, and this is our furry companion, Neil. Last year we bought a 2010 170-inch wheelbase Mercedes Sprinter van. We spent 6 months converting it with lots of help from my dad, from an empty shell to a beautiful home on wheels. So far we've been on the road for just over a month, and our van has taken us to some pretty amazing places. Come on in, we'd love to show you around our home. Welcome to our foyer, as we're calling it. So here, when you first walk into our sliding door, we have a few hooks for our coats when we come in, Neil's leash, everything like that, and a nice little mirror, accessible for checking your hair and face to make sure you look good before we walk out the door. And that brings you into our kitchen area. One of the things that we really wanted to prioritize was a big counter space. We really like to cook and lots of prep area, hence why we did a removable counter. One of the beautiful things is this stove, which I love for cookies. We made mac and cheese in here the other day. And then our stove cooktop. By the way, the oven was free, which is even better. We added a small pin in order to keep the countertop in place while we drive, which also makes it easy to remove when we need to access our 4-burner stove. When we cut out our sink, we had this extra piece, so we decided to use this as a sink cover, which extends our counter space even more. We also have a filtration system, so this small faucet hooks up to that, our small soap dispenser, and then our faucet as well for mowing. Our backsplash, as many people actually don't know, is just stick on, and that's really nice because 1, it doesn't add weight, and 2, it was easy to install. On the backsplash we have 2 switches. One controls our overhead lighting and the other is our water pump. So quickly we'll walk you through our lower storage. So under the sink holds our gray tank and our garbage and recycling. So as you can see, first we have these little easy push locks that we got from Rona. So far they have caused us no issues and they never fly open. We also have storage for our soap and all our sponges on the door, as well as our broom, which is easily accessible whenever we need it to clean up after Neil. IKEA is a van lifer's best friend. So these garbage and recycling are from IKEA, and we also have a 20-liter water tank underneath the sink for our gray water. At the back, we have a 2-stage water filtration system, which, as you saw, hooks up to our small faucet on the top of the counter. To utilize the space, we did a lot of drawers. So the top one holds all of our cutlery. Second one is all of our cooking utensils. Third one is spices and tea, which we have a lot of spices. And the last one is just a few miscellaneous things, mostly our blender and our food processor. We also have a large drawer underneath the stove, and that one obviously holds all of our pots and pans and cooking trays. For our uppers, we made them a little bit bigger than the other vans that we've seen, but every little space counts. So in our one upper, we have plates, bowls, cups. We've also used these IKEA hinges, and these are really nice because we don't have to add any latches. They keep them up without holding them, and they also keep them closed, and we haven't had any issues with anything flying out while we're driving. We also got that little nice soft close on there. And please don't judge us for our messy pantry. We're gonna clean it for you, but this is just reality. So this is where we keep all of our dry good foods that we use on the daily. Moving from our kitchen into our dining and living area. We're gonna start off, we have a Lagoon table mount. So this is really nice because the table spins 360 degrees depending on how we want to use it. And as you can see, we also have quite a large table, but we used a thin material so it's not heavy, and we like to spread out and have our own space when we eat dinner, which is really nice. And because our bench is so long, we wanted to have this space that the table extended. So we both slide in here, this moves over, and then you can enjoy your nice meal. The bench seat is really nice for us as well, adds tons of storage. So to get in there, usually we just take the cushion off and put it on the bed. Non-slip pad, this opens on hinges. This is where we store our laundry bag and pretty much excess pantry stuff. So just extra food whenever we need it, and a few miscellaneous things. Above us on the ceiling, we chose to go with a pine tongue and groove, and we left it the natural color just because a lot of the van is white on the interior, so it adds a little bit of color. We also have 2 Max Air fans above us. They have 10 speeds and the rain cover, which is really nice. So when it's pouring rain, we still can have that air circulation. And with having one in the front, this is really nice for cooking, and it vents all of the fumes out. And then while we're sleeping, we have one in the back running, and that creates a nice cross breeze for us. In the van, we have 2 different lighting zones. Both switches are located on the bench when you first walk in the door. The first is for the pot lights in the kitchen area, and the second is for the pot lights over the bed.
So in order to monitor our batteries from the inside of our living space, we actually use 2 separate remotes. The one on the top here is our MT50 remote controller, and that's for all our DC power. So not only does it show our voltage, but also what we're pulling in from our solar at the current time. The one on the bottom here is our inverter. Normally we'll keep this off, but when we're running 120 volt appliances, that's when we'll actually kick that on instead of having to unplug it. So underneath the bed, we actually have our fridge. This is a Dometic 65-liter fridge. It does also come equipped with a freezer, but normally we'll keep the freezer out as it is a little bit smaller than what we're used to. So inside of our van, we do actually have a full height closet. A lot of people think that it's me who has all the clothes, but really it's Brianna.
It's true.
So inside of our cabinet, we actually have 2 separate shelves, one for each of our clothes, as well as the middle one for toiletries, and at the top for miscellaneous items. Underneath the cabinet is where the dirty work happens. There's a hole down here so that Neil can access his litter box. As well, if we take off the cabinet, we're able to pull out the litter box and access our toilet as well.
To reduce smells, there's a small fan located in the toilet which vents outside through the hose.
For our toilet, we decided to go with the Nature's Head composting toilet. This divides your solids and your liquids, with liquids going in the front and solids going in the back. You add in a composting material such as peat moss or coconut coir, and you only have to empty it about every single month. In our van, we decided to go with a full fixed bed. We did this mainly because we love the comfort of sleep, and we really wanted to have a real mattress inside of our van. Plus, how many of you van lifers with a non-fixed bed actually make your bed every single day? Above the bed, we have 3 separate storage containers for clothes. The first one's Brianna's, the second one is a shared one between us, and the last one on the end is mine. Beside the bed, we have 3 separate cabinets as well, mainly just for socks and underwear, as well as a nice little sleeping spot for Neil. Beside the beds, on either side, we have 2 USB ports for charging our phones at night. In addition, we do have 2 little bedside lamps as well. These both run off 120 volt. Welcome to what we call the garage. To protect our electrical from other things banging into it, we actually keep it hidden behind a piece of plexiglass that's removable. Our electrical setup is a 12-volt system consisting of 2 AGM batteries for a total of 420 amp hours. To charge our batteries, we have 3 options. The first way is our 310-watt solar panel that's located on the roof. Additionally, we have set up our alternator charger for a DC to DC charger. Finally, our 2000-watt inverter also allows us to connect directly to any 15-amp shore power connection. These systems tie into our 40-amp EP charge controller. Under our passenger seat, we have installed an S-Bar diesel heater. This runs directly off of our vehicle's diesel tank. Our water system starts at the back where our fill port is located. This allows us to attach a hose from any fresh water source in order to fill our 96-liter water tank. We have a SureFlow water pump to get pressurized water at our taps. An accumulator tank allows the lines to stay pressurized so the pump does not have to run as often. Additionally, we have a 15-liter hot water tank that runs off a 120-volt plug. At the back of the van, we also have a mixer and input for our outdoor shower. Our propane tank is sealed in a propane-safe box, and it is vented at the floor in case there are any leaks.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you want to go more in depth into our van build series, we will link it up above here for you.
And if you're new to our channel, we post videos every Sunday.
Thanks. Bye.